Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good day in the market. It's February 19th, Thursday. We're going to review 0-day options today on SPY and the small account challenge. Today we kind of chilled around 5-day. Range was a little bit tighter. Let's see, what do we got? 686, 681. So yeah, only 4.5 points actually, right? Yeah, 4.5 points. So pretty tight range. I am very pleased with today. Isn't that weird? IV's still pretty high though, like 30-something% at the money this morning. But let's get into these trades. I made a horrible error today. Doesn't happen often, but when it does, I try and set up some kind of parameters to keep me from making stupid errors. I mean like actual errors, like misclicks and stuff. Started with well, I had actually different purple, I think. No, maybe that was the one. This was a controlled, or not controlled, but the aggressive selling I had here, purple. And then I had white for the bearish controlled buying based on these supports and that resistance, which I think stuck through the day. And then this gold for the bullish controlled selling. So came down, came up 5-day at that point. It's kind of hard when we're at 5-day. I didn't know where it was at that point during the day. Yeah, 5-day was like right here, basically right where it is. Yeah, 5-day stayed flat today. That'll keep it easy. So yeah, retested 5-day. It was we didn't gap at all. On the 30-minute chart, here's Eric's. He's SPY day trading on YouTube. You can find his Discord in the description. He says to disregard the last 30 minutes and the first 30 minutes. So sometimes it's just adjusting from the overnight trading, and then the last 30 minutes, sometimes it's finding equilibrium or, yeah. However, this does look like a breakout candle from that orange. Did that happen actually? End of day? I wasn't looking at the end of the day. I guess coming back up to view up, that's that candle. Well, specifically more these two candles. Interesting. Well, yeah, we'll see how that shakes out tomorrow. But 5 days below us, 20 days above us. I think we're still kind of, yeah, I'll let Eric, you can watch Eric for the macro. Today, yeah, so charted those. Didn't take any trades at that point. Pretty grindy. IV is still pretty high though. Completed this cup with this right here, so that cup's completed. And I had gray down here. The problem is this big wick. I don't know if I do the bodies or the wicks. Sometimes I'll do both for the charting. And this big candle, 684.7, 683.27. So over a point there. And since that cup completed, I'm looking for a handle. And I already had gold here. And I had white. I don't think I had white there yet. That's for later on. I had white down here and down here. But I did have gold. I didn't have green yet. This green would have been so sick if I had that earlier. All I had was gold, and I'm looking for a handle. And here I'm going with this. I got a call right here. Right there. Right as this candle closed and showed a little support, closed above gold, and this one just started to show a little bit of support here. Again, I didn't have green, and I don't think I had this white. This white's for later. I basically just had gold as the retrace, and then I think this white down here. So my stop was basically gold or this white. But with that big of a, yeah. And it just happened to work out nicely that the next candle, literally the candle I was on, was massive and came up. It was still pretty tight, choppy range to me. I wanted to take it up to this white for the top of this wedge channel for buying up in this. The fact that we had such a big candle and I wasn't too confident yet, early candles, trying to be quick, take profit. I closed it. So I closed it on this candle, kind of near the top there. Not a huge gain on that one, 110 to 126. So my slippage on the way out is a little worse maybe, but I think that's just because the IV is higher. So since the market maker's pricing in basically a bigger move, a bigger move won't basically pay out as well. So I think that's kind of what was going on today. And any day there's higher IV. So yeah, first little scalp I was fine with. Of course, seeing it now, like, this would have been hard to hold through. I guess I would have if I was really holding with white as a stop. But gold is going against me, so I don't like that. I didn't have green at that time, which would have definitely helped. But since I didn't have those, I just wanted to take profit on it. But it did end up, and potentially I could have opened up a trade on break of gold here, but not really, with gray being my risk, so, or my profit. So it did end up going up, and this would have been where I closed it if I had more than one contract. My second one, most likely. And then as you see here, so when I had this charted, this was up here. So the problem was is that it wasn't retesting. This wasn't a retest. Didn't look like a retest to me. Like, I did see it kind of consolidating here. I'm like, oh, that's kind of bullish. But if I had it down here, it's much more like, oh, it broke and retesting. And you know how these trades, you can take the chase trades, breaking out of this buying with a steeper buying, which would have been red or however you want to do it. So this could have been a re-entry here or here. And I did think about it, even with my line up here. I was like, I could, but that's okay. It's still tight. I'm trying to be patient, very patient today. So yeah, came up. I don't think I did any more trades in there. Oh, okay, I did. Okay, actually I did chase. I was just super late on it. Yep, so I put this gray in here. I missed this little retrace here, and then it came up. We had 20-day up there for a target for sure, and I did chase on this candle. That's right, I remember that now. It was a break-even trade though. Bought in here. I was like, I'll just use red for my stop. It closed here, and I stopped out. So tiny little chase there. I was like, I shouldn't have done that. But thankfully it wasn't red. I think I was still emotionally totally fine in check. I just burned some buying power, which has been an issue as of late with how expensive these contracts are. And I've been buying a little higher delta too. Next trade was at, so I didn't have this green quite yet. That would have been pretty nice, really just for the long. So you see how it comes down and retests gold here. So it breaks out of gold, comes down, retesting it. So it's like you could get calls here, but where's your stop? Where's your risk? How do you manage it? And that's what I was thinking as I was retesting. I'm like, I could get calls here, but it's just gonna keep going down until it, potentially until this gray or this gray. Then it came up. I'm like, oh, I hope I might have missed it, which is fine. And sure enough, I didn't. It continued to just wedge. And then I kind of kept tightening up the wedge from the gold being up here and the white being down here. I tightened it up to here for the bodies, and then this little resistance in here, and it respected it. And then it broke through here, and I was like, oh, I was thinking about puts, starting to break these whites. I didn't know which one I was going to do. And then it gets down to this last one, and there's two confirmations there. It still is above this gold, and it doesn't quite break the white. Not broken the white yet, and it's on the gold, just like it bounced here on the gold. And this is the last support, because this is the very bottom wick, if this white is legitimate. And I thought it probably is, but I thought the gold was for sure. So I got a call here. Boom! Stoked on this trade. Got one call here on 10:29. I was a little bit early on that. Wow, I thought I got that at 10:30. Got one here at 10:29. This candle opened, came down. I was like, oh, just wait. Came up, nice reversal candle. Got it, another one as quick as I could. So got two calls there. They were 686 strike, 97 cents for the first one, and $1.02 for the second one. So 686 strike is right here. I was looking for a high of day, top of this white channel, and thankfully this was an easy trade to hold because it worked nicely. This was a nice inverse head that was formed. The patience through here paid off because I was clear-headed to not get puts right away here and just kind of wait and see if it is kind of supporting. It did show support. I had a limit to buy another one. It didn't fill. It just kind of took off like crazy. This was easy to hold, more or less, these big candles. I think I closed one right here, just being the top of this gold, and I was like, you know, that might be the top of it. This is already a pretty nice move from where I started. 684.05, 685. Yeah, so that was the whole point right there. But it was only 28 cents. So yeah, the whole point move is only what? It's not even 20%. It's about 20%. So I think that's just the higher IV. I even checked the other strikes on this one, and yeah, a strike closer to the money, like just in the money, same. Actually, it was a little less percentage. So I picked the right strike. I think it must have just been the IV, because yeah, I closed one right here, and then it just kind of kept going. I put red in here for potential for a stop to take profit on the second one. Of course, I wanted this high of day. Doesn't necessarily work the way you want it always. That point on the 30-minute. Yeah, we were kind of just in the middle of nowhere. We were selling in this orange, which was more evident later on, but in the morning it wasn't evident. So I got a great exit on the second one though, as well. 1035, sold it for $1.44. So 1035 right here, sold it for $1.44. It dinged my bell, and I was like, oh, it looked like it was going to keep going, but I was like, that's fine. And now, hindsight, I got the perfect exit right there. And that one was, yeah, nice little trade. Stoked on that. That hardly ever happens for me. The very bottom to the very top of this move. And that's kind of the beauty of this strategy. As you perfect it, you can find the inflection points very, very close to your lines, basically. Sometimes right on them. So that was nice little booster. I think I was at, look on, yeah, actually on the journal I have, it gives me, let's see, where was I at? I think for the actual day, does it ever give me? I don't know. I'm still very new to this journaling program. And there's so much to it. But I think intraday I can see it's basically how Robinhood is. You can kind of see your P&L as a line. But yeah, I think I was up, I don't know, pretty good. Not quite my target. Maybe like $40, $50. Yeah, I think 49. So, yeah, I was happy to just kind of chill. And then it started to chop around, came down. Let's see, where's next? Yeah, I took a long break there. I might have been up more actually. Oh, I think I was up like $89. Yeah, I was at like $89 then. So I was happy to be done for the day, honestly. Started doing a lot of other stuff and just kind of let the market chop around and do its dirty deed to everyone else. I came back and did some charting, charted in this gold at some point. Nice little break here. The gold was these supports and then these resistances right here. So that'd be bullish or bearish controlled buying. Could have taken a trade there. I think I wasn't around for that. I came around, I think once a cup closed. Yeah, I came around right about here. I was looking for a cup close. I came around, charted that stuff, looking for a handle more or less. Let's see where this next trade was. 1250. Oh yeah, I remember this trade. Okay, so did all this. I didn't get in, but to me this was a cup close. This was the body. Here's the wick down here. Thankfully I didn't mess with any of this stuff. Seeing it now, yeah, this has been a great entry. And I considered it. I mean, the retest on this gold is perfect. This gold is resistance is perfect. You even have VWAP there. Maybe I wasn't around for this. No, I think I was, and then I wasn't around for this. I just charted some. Yeah. But that would have been a nice entry. Another one, I suppose, here just on this retest, but I waited until the confirmation of that gold breaking. So gold broke. I didn't get in here. It was a little sketchy because that wick's still down there. So it broke, a lot of volume. Clear that this was the algo. A lot of volume on the break. Comes down, fully completes the cup with the wick. Bounces up, and I get it on this candle. Pretty close to that gold right there as the retest. So this could be a handle. We could have already had this, could have been the handle. But what I do know is it broke the gold, and that was a retest. So I was fine to treat this as a scalp if it didn't want to keep going. I don't think I had this white at that. Yeah, I was just kind of figuring out this white, which was these resistances up. Well, these two, I don't know if this was quite right. And then kind of these supports. And then the body here with here, you can kind of see it lining up. Might have been a little different degree, but I thought it might not just continue to flush down. I thought it might want to build more liquidity, like more of a handle. So anyways, I got it here. It did this big candle. I'm like, ooh. I was up pretty good though, so I had good confidence. Nice rejection there off of gold. I'm like, all right, if it comes down, I'm not gonna be greedy with it. And sure enough, that same candle came down. It was hard for me to close this because I really want to just hold and expect it to just keep going down. But I'm like, you know what? That's when I put this white in here, and I'm like, this might stop. And then actually, it's actually selling in the gold, as you see here. So let's see, 12.50, 64 cents, then to 80 cents. So that was at 12.54. I closed it. Oh, actually, I waited. That's right. I waited a little bit. I waited for it to break. It was early on this candle, I think. Yeah, pretty early on this candle, I closed it. Once it broke that purple, I was like, all right, looks like it's finding support here. And selling in the, well, at that point I thought the white, but it was more actually the gold. So just that little trade right there, not bad. 64 cents to 80 cents. Then it was, I think, at 100, just over 100. And so I was like pumped up, but I was trying to be patient and not just keep trading and just kind of be done. So I more or less was, but yeah, this sucks because it's kind of a double-edged sword. You want to, when you're up, you got to be very careful not to keep trading and over trading, give it back. But sometimes you're up for a reason, like you're trading well, or in my case, I've been charting well, and basically my lines are lining up better, and so it's giving me more confidence, and I have this momentum. So it's kind of like you have to ride it a little bit, and that's kind of where I'm like, okay, I want to push when I'm seeing that it's a day where it favors, I don't know, my charting or my style trading more, but at the same time I don't want to struggle. Yeah, so had that trade, and then yeah, that one's at 100, and then 115. So I was super glad I didn't keep chasing this in here, just because I was like, all right, selling in this thing. I was thankful. Like once I'm out of a trade and I'm trying not to trade, I don't want to see good price action. I want to see it chopping. That's just the way it is. It grinds down, comes up, and then it's hitting here. I'm like, well, we've got gold here. I missed that entry. We've got this darker gold, which was the retest here. This very well could be another more or less handle, but I mean, more simply, selling in this gold, right? This gold channel here. And so I got one there, but I think, yeah, but yeah, 115. This was a 681 strike, so it was at 683.25. Yeah, pretty far down. Yeah, this might have favored me more if I got a 682. I guess I was trying to trade it with a smaller amount too at this point with how much I was up. I wasn't trying to get back a bunch. That's why I only took one contract too, sort of. But yeah, this trade was sick actually. And this one is easy to hold. Sort of. I mean, none of them are easy to hold. I shouldn't say that, but this one was just nice red candles. You know, I thought about selling it at this white. Then I was like, you know, I think it's actually selling the gold. I already kind of had that in my head. Not looking at my P&L or what the contract's up. That definitely helpful. Sold this right on this candle. Right here, literally. Big volume. I was planning on selling it gold anyways. Well, I was like, if it gets to the bottom of gold, I'm selling it right here. So this thing went woof, tons of volume, big flushy. I got nice slippage on that, the exit slippage. And yeah, I don't think I could have gotten much of a better fill. That was 49 cents to 101. So that was 100% right there. yeah, so I was fired up. Then I was at like 150 or something, like over 150. Okay, just chill. And I did. I stepped away. This thing came up. I don't know what I was doing, but it came up here, and I think I was thinking, all right, if this rejects, I might grab it again, because if, you know, we haven't had continuation yet, but we very well could. Because on the 30-minute also, I was noticing, I think at that point, let's see, what was that? 145. That would have been, yeah. So we weren't really retesting the top of this orange channel, which is what I was looking for. This is 2. Yeah, I was looking at it later. I was hoping one of these would test it. But yeah, regardless, I was looking at it and it closed above it, so I didn't open it. I think I probably had it queued up to open, but I didn't. So yeah, I just left it. It went there, did its thing. I walked away for a long time. Kind of retested gold up here, retested VWAP. This is where I was kind of looking at it. I was hoping that it would kind of make a move a little higher on the 30-minute to give me more confirmation and make a little head for the shoulder that's going to keep selling. It didn't really bounce off the top of the orange on the 30-minute, so it's kind of flush down here. The fact that it didn't hit the top of the orange yet, and 5 days here, and we have this, you know, inverse head and shoulder. Given I know we haven't completed any cups or anything, so, and we're still in the orange, I just kind of thought, well, yeah, this would be a nice white, though. The problem was white was not as favorable. So I went in to grab a call here. Bounced on white twice here. I wasn't really using white a whole lot. It was really ended up being this gold. So I got one here thinking, you know, this is where my stop would be. Got a shoulder up here. And I actually got it right on the 5-day, thinking I'll have a 5-day for my stop. When I went in to buy it, I bought it, and then I look at my brokerage, and it says I have a strangle. I'm like, what? So I quick open up. So I was buying a call right there. Quick open up, and I see there's a put that's open, that's down 50%. What in the world? So I close it, close the put, a little flustered, had the call. The call I opened up at 231 right here on this candle. Right here. 231 I opened up that call, and this late in the day it was kind of, yeah. I closed that one out at 236. So I gave it a little more room. I was trying to go with white, and I was like, well, maybe I should give it a little more room. And then this candle, yeah, it's pretty nasty. I shouldn't have held on to that thing that long. I really shouldn't have. Because that was 53 cents to 42. So I gave back 11 bucks on that one. But then that put, we're going to get to that put that was open. That put went from 42 cents to 20 cents when I closed it. So 22 bucks on that one. Wow, I was actually, let's see. Yeah. And then at 240, this one held on too long also. 240. This was a complete false break though. I mean, this gold I was trusting. So get rid of this. Get rid of that. This is the wick. So it broke the body here. It broke the body. This is charted on the wick. Volume picks up. It breaks through. Closes below both of them. And I got on just a little bit on this retrace. With purple as my stop, these candles were pretty volatile. And down here, 681.9, 682.5. Yeah. The slippage was not my favorite here. 240 to 241. Yeah, I got it on this candle, probably right about here. I closed it on this candle, and that was 20 bucks. 61 cents to 42. It's like that was a stupid. Well, I mean, I don't fault it. That's the cost of doing business. I mean, it's in the general area. To me, this is a false break though. There wasn't enough time. Bears couldn't have it, and they let go, and they returned to safety at VWAP. So I started jumping around here. I considered calls just because of lack of continuation and return to safety, but I thought, you know what, no. Made this little move up to 5-day, and then it continued to just grind on there, and then it did it. But this isn't worth it for me. I didn't really care for that. I would have maybe gotten calls here if 5-day wasn't here, just for this being my stop and then to VWAP. But I thought, you know, 5-day would probably be my take profit anyways. And sure enough, yeah, it rejected 5-day for a bit before it kept going. And that put. But so I opened. Remember what I was talking about here? This is where I opened a put somehow. I don't remember doing that at all. I thought for sure when I saw it open, I thought for sure I had multiple. I opened up multiple at one point. I forgot to close one. I only closed one. I don't remember the last time I accidentally opened one on its own when it wasn't like. Yeah, I didn't open two. Yeah, I literally just opened one up there. I don't know. Maybe I had it queued and then. I really don't know. I don't remember opening that put up. But opened it up there and that gave back 20. 20 there. So gave back not half my profits, but gave back more than I would have liked. But I don't actually feel bad at all because this was just an error. That was dumb. I shouldn't have done this. That was a bit aggressive. Too aggressive. I should have been more patient because then I could have gotten puts here. Would I have? Maybe. Maybe not though, because this white, like I said, I wasn't really respecting this white too much. It would have just been for a 5-day reject. Which, yeah, I don't know if I would have gotten puts there. I mean, this looks really nice now, but at the time it's like, because on the 30-minute also, we hadn't really even retested the top of that channel. So I wasn't thinking this would just sell. Although once it came down here with volume, I'm like, well, there's the trigger. So not worried about that. This was dumb. This was an error. So feel really good about the day. I got a put there, which is awesome. Closed it there, which is awesome. I got a call here. Closed it there. Yep. Bumped up. I actually got two here. And yeah, so happy about the day. Here are the trades. We just went over. There's performance. So $1.05. I was up like 150 something, unfortunately. That error. Sometimes after errors, like I'll just stop. Depends on the day. The thing is, I didn't catch this error until I was opening up another trade, so I was already kind of in it. And then this is like, I have to take this trade. Yeah, so maybe my degree was a little bit off, or it was just a false break, and it's just kind of in the area. Hard to know. But for the averages to play out, I have to take this. I have to take that trade. So that one was fine. I don't know if this affected this. I don't think so. I felt pretty clear-headed. I opened the call here. I'm like, wait, I have a put open. So I close the put. I close the call. I follow my rules. So happy about that. Getting a put here, no, not really. Not a really good spot. We really were just in a wedge with a false break. Wedge was up here, down here, had a false break. This was a fine trade. We're selling in that channel. Rejection of 5-day. Also retest on that gold. This is a great exit. The bottom of that gold. Potentially, I could have gotten a call here. I'm glad I didn't, though. I think maybe I didn't because... Oh, yeah, that's where I was trying to get a put. Maybe that's what I was trying to get, actually. What? And then I forgot to close it, and I got a put instead of a call. What happened? That's super weird. Yeah, because that's right where I got my put. Huh. You know what? I think I was considering calls with 5-day right there. I decided not to. Sorry about that. All right. Sub up, like up, comment down at Money 6 Round. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.